I have no idea if I'm going to be able to make this video in front of this coop, but we're going to give it a shot. Look at that right there. You see him? Yeah, he's been waiting his whole morning to get on the other side of that fence, but he can't figure out quite how to get on the other side over here where the coop is. I'm not saying they're not dumb. I'm just saying, yes, they eat ticks. Hey guys, real quick, today's sponsor is Oopie Solar Generators. They are running a sale right now on Amazon Prime. You can get amazing discounts, drastic, serious, heavy discounts right now. If you go on Amazon Prime, the link down below to get the Oopie generators, they are on sale. We're getting into summer. We're not even in summer yet officially, and we're already seeing blackouts and all kinds of issues with the power grid. So if you want something to keep your refrigerator and your freezer and your air conditioner or whatever else you need running this summer, when a blackout comes, Oopie Solar Generators, I've been relying on them for now a few years, and they are fantastic. Major sales going on right now, link down in the description below. Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today we're going to talk about a video that was put out by Rational Ranchers. Excellent channel. I highly recommend going ahead and subscribing. They're located here in the Ozarks, and they have lots of great content. Now, what I'm going to tell you also is that the last video that they just put out concerning ticks and guineas, are you done? Are you done? It's not accurate. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. He quoted a bunch of studies and his own personal experience when it came to guineas and ticks. Do they eat ticks? And I'm going to tell you right now, I know exactly what the problem is here. And we'll go through, I don't have to go through one by one, but overall, let's just start with his personal experiences. This guy comes out and he's, again, great channel, you should go subscribe to him. This guy comes out and says, well, I showed up at a place one time and they had 200 guineas, and I got back in the car and I was covered in ticks. And they had 200 guineas. Well, my first question is the same thing I've brought up many times on my channel before. You know, what are they feeding these guineas? They have 200 guineas. Are they all free ranging for all their food? Or are they giving them a lot of their food? Why are they raising these guineas? Because usually when you raise that many guineas, you're raising them for food. So if you're raising them for food, you're probably feeding them way too much in order to fatten them up so that you can eat them and process them. I'm just guessing. But either way, if a guinea is not eating ticks, it's because the guinea isn't hungry. It's the same way with chickens. I get people all the time in my comments below who say, I had a mouse run right across my chicken coop and the chickens didn't even get up. That's because you're feeding your chickens too much. Your chickens are meant to forage. If your chickens aren't foraging, it's because you're feeding your chickens too much. It's the same way with cats. If you have cats and they're not eating and chasing mice and squirrels and birds and all the other things that they could be eating, that they would normally eat if they were hungry, it's because you're feeding your cats too much. Guys, I just did a video the other day showing you all these people who were doing dine and dash at local restaurants. Take a look at each one of these instances and you tell me if you think even one of those people has a job. No, they're not working. They have a mentality, a self-entitlement mentality, which is why they're stealing food in the first place, which is why they're on welfare, which is why that's their lifestyle. You're not going to be able to get them to do anything. It's the same way with a cat. Hey, cat, go chase that mice. Why? I'm not hungry. You're going to feed me at 4 o'clock today anyway. Why should I go chase the mouse down? Why should I go out into the field and pick ticks when I know I have a whole bunch of corn coming at me, which is basically chicken and guinea fast food, you know, today before you put me in the coop at night? Don't feed your guineas. Don't feed your chickens. Stop feeding them and I guarantee you, they will eat. He lists a study that was done in Turkey. And if you don't know, Turkey is actually where the guineas came from. From my research that I've done before online, the Ottoman Empire introduced them to Europe and the Europeans called them turkeys. And when they got over here to North America, they saw American turkeys and they kind of looked the same sort of, and so they just called them turkeys and the name just stuck. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I read online. And of course the internet's always right. Anyway, my point being, he cited a study that took place in Turkey where 300,000 guineas were tested to see if they would eat ticks. Again, 300,000 guineas? That's a farm. They raise guineas in Turkey. They sell them to Europe. And if you go online, you can find French guineas for up to like $50 a piece. If you think an organically raised chicken was expensive, go look up an organically raised guinea. I think the cheapest price I found was like $45, $46 online. And that's not including shipping. $46 online for a frozen guinea? It's a farm. They're feeding them. So hey, I know, we'll do a test on guineas. I know a farm and they've got 300,000 of them. We'll go put them into a field and see if we can find any ticks afterwards. And then they test them and find out that they're actually carriers of ticks. Well, duh, because they're being fed. It's a farm. You're raising them for meat. All of these studies are flawed, in my opinion, and I've seen the studies before. All of these studies are flawed because, number one, they're feeding they're not telling you anything about what they're feeding these guineas beforehand. What is their normal diet? Now, you take some guineas, like these. These guineas are only being fed. These are new guineas. We just brought these on the homestead. We have some other guineas running around right now. They're only being fed every other day, okay? A little bit. Because when I release these guys in a couple of weeks, I want them to be hungry. Now, you take some guineas like this, put them in a field where you know ticks are, paint them or whatever your study talked about, your ticks, your Lone Star ticks, whatever, and you see what happens. So let me give you a personal story of mine. When we first moved on this homestead, we were camping down at the bottom of the property, and up here on the mountaintop where we are now, Grandpa and my son, Tim and my son, walked up here just to check out just to look around at some places, because we were getting ready to figure out where we're going to put the houses at and everything. And they walked up here and then walked back. And that evening, or when they got back, Jamie picked off she stopped counting at 100 ticks that she pulled off of Joshua. She was pulling ticks, and she was counting them. She stopped counting at 100, and she was still pulling ticks off of Joshua. And not to mention, we had tons of chigger problems up here too. The first thing we built on this homestead because of that one incident was this guinea coop right here. I don't know if you can see that guinea up there. You see the guinea up there in the window? We built this coop, and we haven't had zero problems like that since. Every once in a while, someone finds a tick on them. I mean, it's here and there, but 100 ticks by just simply walking up here and then walking back? No. We used to get chiggers just by walking around. We don't get any chiggers anymore. They eat the chiggers, they eat the ticks. Why? Because our guineas are hungry. So all these studies and all these personal experiences that anyone can tell you that guineas don't eat ticks, it's because, number one, I want to know what those guineas are fed on a regular diet. What's their regular diet? What is the regular diet like? What are they feeding these guineas? Because I guarantee you they're not hungry. Because no bird is just going to let a tick look at that, a tick. No, they're going to eat it. I have seen guineas kill snakes and eat them. They will eat anything that moves if they can gang up on it enough, if it's bigger than them. You know, they are like little Tyrannosaurus rexes. And so I don't care what the studies say. What this really comes down to, and what Rational Ranchers pointed out in his video, and he openly admits, is that he just doesn't like the sound of them. Well, I have a guinea not more than 10 feet from me. I have these guineas behind me here, and they're not that bad. Yes, sometimes they can be absolutely loud and obnoxious. But after a while, they tend to calm down. They tend to just relax. And some personalities for certain flocks are different than others. I get that. But if you are not getting guineas simply because of the fact that you don't want to deal with their noise, then fine, deal with the Lyme disease, deal with the alpha-gal, deal with the Rocky Mountain spotted fever. You deal with all those things. And when the time comes when you can't buy whatever granules or magic potion that the internet offers to keep ticks away, chemically, you're going to be stuck because you don't understand that these birds have a natural diet that's naturally instinctive to them, and it's ticks. That's their purpose. They are an expendable commodity. We love having our guineas here. We buy new ones all the time because they are expendable. Something will eventually kill them. Usually a raccoon or some other thing will kill them and eat them. Some of them every once in a while become street smart. We have a couple street smart ones now, even though I wouldn't call that one exactly street smart. Because it can't figure out how to get on the other side of that fence. But it stayed alive. That guinea is over 3 years old, and it roosts every night on top of this thing, and somehow it just stays alive with its buddy. It's got a buddy running around here somewhere. But that's what they're supposed to eat. Rational Ranchers, I love your channel. I think you're a great guy, and you've had a lot of great content out, but I think you're wrong on this, and I think it's just because you don't like their noise, which really isn't all that bad. I mean, yes, they can be annoying at times, but they're not that bad. And yes, they eat ticks. They will decimate a tick population. In fact, they will decimate a tick population so badly that it will take it almost 2 years for it to recover. I guarantee you none of our birds are carrying ticks. If your birds aren't eating ticks, it's because you're feeding them too much. If your cats aren't eating mice, it's because you're feeding your cats too much. If your chickens aren't eating mice, it's because you're feeding your chickens too much. I know. What do you think? Leave your comments below. I don't believe a word of it. They will absolutely eat ticks. See you next time in the Homestead. Bye. Hey, just a quick reminder, Oopies is running their big sale right now. Make sure you hit that link down below. Check out the amount of savings. If you need something to back up your refrigerator, your freezer, your air conditioner, when the power grid goes down this summer because the blackouts are already being reported on, the Oopies solar generators, have been trying them. I've been using them and abusing them for the last few years. They work great. They're all on sale. You have coupon codes below. You're never going to find a bigger sale than what they're doing right now. One of the best perks about living off-grid is that I never pay an electric bill. I love being my own power company, but that means when things go wrong, I have to be the one on call. So I try and use reliable components for my power production. For the last couple of years, I've been promoting Oopies solar generators. I've been using them and abusing them, and as it turns out, they are pretty good products. They have power generators for all occasions, and they can be charged by permanent or portable solar panels, as well as AC power. They offer true lithium iron phosphate batteries, and this is important. Recently, a family in my area had a different brand that uses the less stable nickel manganese cobalt or NMC type batteries. The unit caught fire in the middle of the night. It was a scary situation and it caused damage to the home, but thankfully nobody was hurt. The generator, as you can see, was a total loss. This drives home the point on why it's so important to employ solar generators like the Oopies brand that uses the much more safe and stable technology of lithium iron phosphate, otherwise called LiFePO4. They offer small generators for travel or for powering an entire home and everything in between. These are great backups to have in a medical emergency or to power a freezer full of your favorite meat products, or as I have shown in past videos, for even backup AC and DC power sources for ham radio communications. If the grid goes down, you're going to be thankful you have one of these units. You can find the link in the description of this video or click on the banner ad found on the front page of our website, AnAmericanHomestead.com. Right here, that banner ad right there on AnAmericanHomestead.com. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of An American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. Oh wait.